Hi everyone, and welcome to another Saturday in the sewing room with me, Liz. I have an extensive crafty to-do list today that is likely unrealistic, but yeah, I decided I would just film today. I haven't done a little vlog in a while, since December, and I've got a bunch of stuff I want to get done today, including I want to get started on my new Picnic Patchwork Quilt in my size. So in case you missed it, I published a tutorial in November on a free baby quilt pattern, and I always intended to make it available in larger sizes, never really had the time, but now I really want to make one for myself. So I'm gonna share with you guys, it's not going to get done in this video. It's going to be a one-day vlog. So we won't have a completed quilt, but I'm going to get it started and show you what I'm doing, what size blocks I'm making, and give you all the info on that in case you're interested in making a larger sized version of that baby quilt. I also have a new knitting project I kind of want to start, but I'm trying to talk myself out of that one because I have plenty of ongoing knitting projects. I have a cross stitch project that I tried to start the other day where I just don't like the fabric, so I need to find a replacement fabric for that. Oh, I need to pull giveaway winners from my last floss tube episode. My friend Carla, who owns Cobweb Corner, gifted me some gift cards to give away, so I need to pull the winners and figure out how I'm going to post that. I think I'm going to attempt to use the YouTube shorts, like the little short videos, and like a community post. I don't know, I've never done a YouTube short before. I gotta figure that out today so I can alert the giveaway winners. And what else is on my list? I don't remember. We'll see what we get up to. The first thing I want to do though, the first thing I need to do is clean up this space because I'm gonna sew for the first time in over 2 months. Since November. I haven't sewn anything in here. So I gotta get this table all cleaned off. I gotta get my ironing board cleaned off. I've got projects over here on my sewing machine I gotta get cleaned off. So I gotta do a tidy, and then I think we'll start with the Picnic Patchwork Quilts. And maybe at some point in the day my hair will dry. I just got out of the shower. Also, never not wearing heart-themed clothing right now. I really appreciate all the love on my pink and red heart sweater I was wearing in my last floss tube episode. It looks like it sold out immediately at Target. I think it was sold out even before I posted my video, but I think a few of you found them in person at Target because I got some DMs, which is awesome. It's like the cutest and really nicest quality sweater from Target. But I have an extensive heart-themed wardrobe. Hi, Diego. Oh, hi. Diego came to say hi. Let's say hi. Oh, hi. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna set up and do a little cleaning, and then we'll get started on a quilt. Finally got my copy of Just Cross Stitch magazine in the mail. Where's my name? There I am, in very good company. I love it. Okay, I'm cleaning off this ironing board, and I just realized I told this story on Instagram, but you guys might find it funny as well. I'm laughing about it now, but I was not the day it happened because I ruined a knitting project. On Sunday last week, I decided to wash the quilts that we use on the couch because they hadn't been washed in a while, and scooped them up, shoved them in the washing machine. What I didn't realize is that I had one of my drawstring project bags with a sock project in it inside one of the quilts on the couch. Like it was just something I sat down on the couch, it got wrapped up in the quilt, I didn't realize it got shoved into the washing machine. So yeah, I ruined a knitting project. It was my Valentine's socks that I'd started a couple weeks ago. I showed you in my last knitting video. You can probably kind of see how fuzzy they are. Honestly, it's not terrible. I will wash my socks in the washing machine, like my hand knit socks, but not mid-project. And not only was it the sock, it was all the yarn and the needle. So look at my needle. Yeah, so the needles got destroyed. We never found the rest of this needle. Oh my gosh, I just noticed it's like hollow and just like completely, yeah, broken. But so there's just a piece of this needle that I guess lives inside my washing machine forever now. We have used it since this happened and there haven't been too many weird noises. Anyways, that washing machine's old anyways. It's like probably 12 years old, so who knows? If I have to get a new washing machine, I guess it's not the end of the world, but fingers crossed that little piece is not doing any damage in there. Yeah, but the worst part, or the worst looking part, is the yarn. So this is what happened to the yarn in the washing machine. And yeah, I just don't want to deal with it. It's slightly fuzzy. It's a hot mess. It's over 300 yards. So like trying to untangle this would be a nightmare. But my sister has asked if I will send it to her. My mom is going to visit my sister Lynn and her family in Dubai in a couple weeks. And she was like, send it with mom, I'll untangle it. And I'm like, I'll send it with her. You can untangle it and you could use it if you want to. But yeah, anyways, that's the story of how I washed a knitting project this week and was not pleased about it. I did, because it's me, I have more hot pink and red yarn in my stash, of course. So I did start a Valentine's 2.0 socks. I'll show you those later. They're in the living room right now, not wrapped up in a quilt where they will accidentally get washed. Yeah. Anyways, this is the other yarn that came in the mail. Of course it's Valentine themed. It's so crinkly. I'm trying not to move it too much. This is from Moonglow Fibers, and it's a little mini skein set. There are a couple patterns that Moonglow recommends for that mini skein set, and one of them is this mixtape cowl, and one of them is these Mermaid Lagoon socks. And I really want to make, I think, the cowl, and that's what I kind of wanted to cast on today, but I already have my Valentine's 2.0 socks that I've been really addicted to knitting on. My cardigan is making really good progress. So I don't know if I want to introduce another project into the mix, but I really want to use these. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna finish tidying and then we'll get started on a quilt. Also gonna throw these very sad needles away. I did just buy a replacement pair on Amazon because this is my favorite size for knitting socks, and yeah, these are goners. Okay, table is cleaned off enough to work. Do not mind the pile of doom. We're gonna ignore that for now. That is a bunch of cross stitch stuff that needs to get put into the shelves. Yes. Okay, that is the stack of fabrics we're working with today. So fun. You guys know how much I love pink and red. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the quilt. Okay, so like I mentioned, I'm gonna do the picnic patchwork, but I'm gonna do it in a more couch twin bed-ish size, because that's my favorite size of quilt to use. And I'm going to change the block size. So in my original picnic patchwork, they are 6-inch blocks, and it's just two different styles of blocks, an hourglass and a 9-patch. And the way you lay it out kind of creates the fun diamond square and a square look. And yeah, so I really want one in pink and red, and I want one with bigger blocks in an overall bigger size. So I'm going to make 9-inch blocks for mine, and I'm going to make it come out to be 63 by 81. So a little bit smaller than like a twin bed size, but perfect for the couch, especially for us tall girls. Yeah, the only other change I'm gonna make is to my color placement. Sorry, I'm jiggling this camera a little bit. So in the previous layout, you can see I use a light, a medium, and a dark color blue. And I am going to change my light and medium colors in terms of how I use them. And the reason I decided to do this is because my light fabric I picked out doesn't really have the best contrast against my background fabric like it did in my blue version. And so I'm going to trade my light and medium fabric placement to just, you know, make the colors I think pop a little bit better. So the background fabric is this really cute Lori Holt print. Sorry, let me set up my light. I don't think you're gonna be able to see these fabrics very well. Okay, I think this is gonna be better. So this is my background fabric, and it's like a Lori Holt Be Basic, I think. I got all these from Fat Quarter Shop, so I'll link whatever is still in stock down in the description box. So that's my background, and then I have a light, medium, and dark. So the light is a super cute floral butterfly print. Who is this one by? Violet Craft. It's called Fisherman's Bend. Super cute. And then this, I mean, adorable little heart print. I love a heart print. And this one is by Roses Are Red by Figo Fabrics. Cute. And then my favorite of all time is this cherry print. I love a red cherry print. It's so cute. Who is this one by? Art Gallery Fabrics, Love Struck. Yeah, this whole line, Love Struck by Art Gallery, is so pretty. I think I got a couple of the other fabrics for some project bags, but they're already up in my stash. Yeah, okay, so that's my light, medium, dark. And then I was at my local quilt store and I found this as potentially an option for binding. This is also by Figo Fabrics. I think it's from the same line that this one's from. So in my original Picnic Patchwork, I used the medium color fabric to do all the binding. And I did buy enough, so I have enough of this medium to do the binding. But then I saw this and I thought I love a stripe, so I'll figure it out at the end of the quilt making what I'm actually going to use for binding. We're not going to get to that today. We're going to hopefully, my goal. Hi, Diego. Are you so needy? Wanna say hi? Look. Say hi to the people. All right, he doesn't want to say hi. Anyway, so today we are definitely not getting this whole quilt made, but I'm hoping to get everything cut out, and I want to demo a new way to piece the 9 patches. He's trying to figure out how to get off this table. You've never been up here, have you? What's he doing? So in my Picnic Patchwork video, which has gotten, I think, something over 75,000 views, which means it's gotten a ton of comments. 75% of the comments are, oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you for this free quilt pattern. And 25% of the comments are, why didn't you strip piece your 9 patches? I prefer to strip piece. Why didn't you think about strip piecing? And this is the consequence of posting videos on YouTube, is if you make any kind of perceived mistake or you do something differently than other people do, they want to tell you about it. And I think most people mean completely well, but most people are just like, why didn't you do this? Well, the short and simple answer is I didn't think about it. I have, of course, strip pieced 9 patch blocks in the past on different quilt patterns. And yes, I agree that it's faster and more efficient, but I was making that quilt pattern up on the fly. I am not a quilt pattern designer. That is the first quilt pattern I've ever put out in the world. No, that's not true. I did create a quilt pattern a million years ago when I used to teach beginning quilting, a very simple quilt pattern, but I don't create quilt patterns. So I I don't know. I just didn't think about strip piecing it because I was making up the instructions on my own. I had nobody to remind me, hey, it's easier to strip piece. Of course it is. Even my mom made a 12-inch version of the Picnic Patchwork and she strip pieced hers because yeah, it's quicker and easier. I just didn't think about it at the time. So yes, on this quilt, I'm going to strip piece my 9 patches and I'll show you what that looks like. And of course, everybody, please strip piece your 9 patches if you make the baby version. You do not have to follow my instructions if you know a better, quicker, more efficient way to get things done. Okay, let me set the camera up and we're gonna start cutting everything out. I'm excited to get to play with my stripology ruler again because I haven't used it in a while, and this thing is so good for cutting out strips of fabric. So, okay, of course, I will put all of the dimensions, the fabric requirements, etc. for this size version of the Picnic Patchwork in the description box below if you're interested. And I'll list all my tools and supplies and things if you have questions about anything. So yeah, I'm gonna speed this up though and cut everything out, and then I'll come back to the camera. Let's see if this worked. I have not used this ruler in a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, perfect. Okay, so I just need 5 more of these. Okay, so now I have everything cut out that I need. These 2 stacks of big squares will make our hourglass blocks, and then these strips will make our 9 patches. So we'll sew these together and cut them down. But first, I'm gonna go get some lunch. Okay, I had my little lunch break and I took a little knitting break as well. I think I just showed you my sock while I was knitting on it. It is so cute, and as much as I loved the first Valentine's sock that was destroyed in my washer, I feel like maybe I love this one even more. It's real cute. Still got the camera and stuff set up. And the next step is going to be to start sewing some of my strips together. Oh, I should probably, I took a shower a few hours ago and I never did my hair or put on any makeup. I feel like I almost look like I have a black eye right here. Okay, fun. Maybe at some point I'll put on makeup, but but yeah, so the next step is going to be sewing strips together so I can strip piece my 9 patch blocks. And yeah, I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so for our 9 patch, we basically need to make 2 different kinds of strip sets. We need ones with the darkest print and a background print. And then we need one where we have 2 background prints and then our center square, which is our light colored print. Or it's the light colored print in the case of the version I'm making. If you want to follow my original instructions, this would have been a medium print, but I switched my stuff around. I think I talked about that earlier. So yeah, these are the strip sets that I'm going to make that we will then cut down into our 9 patches. Okay, so once you have your strips together, we are gonna trim these down into 3.5 inch wide pieces, and then these will get all put together, you know, to make our ultimate 9-patch. You'll see when I do it, but yeah, this is just a slightly simpler, quicker way to piece your 9 patches together. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let me get these cut out. I just try and make sure that I'm using all the horizontal lines to line things up with my ruler, as well as the straight edge, to make sure everything is as square as possible when I'm cutting things out. I thought about switching to my Stripology ruler to cut these down a little quicker, but I feel like I just have more control. Like, there's seams in this and I really want to make sure everything's square, so I think I'm just going to stick with kind of cutting them one at a time, even though that Stripology ruler would probably be quicker. I just feel like I'm going to be more accurate with this ruler. So there we have our little 9-patch. That's what it's gonna look like. Is that on camera? Yes. So stinking cute. And then these big squares will make our hourglass blocks. Let's see if I can kind of make one. I mean, okay, you get the idea, right? So this is the fabric combo that the quilt is going to be made out of, and I can't wait. I think it's super cute. I think actually, will that go? I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But that's the vibe of the quilt. I think I'm going to take another quick little break to go run an errand. And yeah, then we'll come back and we'll do some more crafting. Okay, back from errands. We ran over to Academy. I wanted to look for some more workout gear. I didn't really find anything I loved. And then we went and got a smoothie. Now I'm home. We're waiting on dinner to show up. We ordered some takeout, and I want to keep working on this quilt this evening. Of course, the to-do list I had this morning was not all going to get done, but I really have to get those giveaway winners announced. So I need to figure out, how do I do a YouTube short? Hopefully I figured it out by the time this video goes up. And I want to get a few more of these blocks made so I can show you what my layout's gonna look like. I think I talked about it earlier, but I am doing a 63 by 81 inch size with 9-inch finished blocks. So I think it's a 7 by 9 layout is what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think the fabrics are really cute, and I like the way it's coming together. So yeah, we're still gonna get some more sewing in later. I have a little bit of cross stitch that I was gonna look at because I need to pick a new fabric for something I tried to start. Yeah, I don't know. First I'm gonna eat dinner, and then we're gonna come back and sew. Okay, so now that I have my strips cut down into these little segments, all I have to do is sew 3 of them together to get my little 9-patch. So yeah, easy peasy. You can, of course, cut all your squares and piece the 9-patch as I outlined in the tutorial, or you can do it in strips. Either way works. So I'm gonna sew a few of these together, and then I wanna sew a few of my hourglass squares together because I really wanna lay this out and see how all the fabrics and everything, how everything's gonna come together. So yeah, let me do some sewing. Okay, so there are the 9 patches strip pieced. Yeah, so super happy with these. I've got a few made. While I'm sitting here, I want to make some of those hourglass blocks. Ooh, and not drop everything on the floor. So these are just made by sewing 2 half square triangles out of these 2 big squares and then using those half square triangles to make hourglass blocks. And because I'm doing a 9-inch size, I'm making bigger half square triangles, and I need to mark the center line of my fabric. So I can't really, like, they're too big to rely on my seam guide tape that I love. So while I'm sitting here at the ironing board, I am just going to fold these in half and create a nice center line so I can sew all these up. Yay. And I want to get at least a few of them made tonight. I keep repeating myself because I really want to see how this is all gonna look. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. Ironing in half, creating a crease, and then also a 1/4 inch on either side of that marked line. Perfect. Okay, this is turning out so stinking cute. I am so happy with these fabrics. So as I mentioned earlier, I swapped the placement of my medium and light colored fabrics in my original quilt. Medium was the center of the 9 patches and the light was the offset for the hourglass, but I'm really happy with the change I made. So yeah, hopefully maybe this week I can get the rest of these blocks sewn up. We'll see. I don't know that it's really going to get done by Valentine's Day, especially since we're going to be out of town on Valentine's Day. Yeah, but here is the start. Say hi. Did you come to bother me while I was sewing? We gonna get all the kitty cats? We gotta find Jonesy. We had Diego earlier. She just woke up from a nap and she is so cuddly and needy when she wakes up from a nap. So she had to come climb on me. Okay, bye, honey. Was just trying to get the last of my long strips together before I call it a night on the sewing. So yeah. Okay, last task of the night, probably. I still never did the giveaway. I might just have to forget about trying to figure out the YouTube shorts and just put screenshots up on the community tab. Maybe that's a job for tomorrow. Cross stitch. I haven't been cross stitching much. Sorry, I'm leaning on this table and that's shaking the camera. I probably cross stitched like 4 or 5 times in the last month. And that's probably disappointing to a lot of people who watch my channel because they're used to me cross stitching all day, every day, which is what I did for about 5 or 6 years until I got back into knitting. And I mean, I'm sure you guys know how it is when you find a new hobby and you just go so gung-ho into it. And knitting isn't a new hobby, it's a new old hobby. I used to knit all the time. And I know it will ease back as the newness wears off and I'll find another balance. But I do get a little bit stressed out because I know that, you know, people are like, stitch more, I'm sick of the knitting. I don't know what to tell you other than I am just always going to share videos about what I am currently making. And sometimes it's going to be cross stitch. Right now it's a lot of knitting. And of course I want to be quilting again because I haven't been sewing a lot lately. Everything's just kind of cycle. And you know, this channel is just all about what I like to make and what I'm making in the moment. So yes, That's what I wanted to say about cross stitch. I did, however, try to start a new cross stitch project the other night, a Valentine's chart. I will show you. Of course, it's not one of the ones that I showed you guys in my floss tube. I have them all still in this bag, and I put this new project that I tried to start the other night. How cute is this? This is the Valentine's tier by Erin Elizabeth Designs. My friend Helen, who is East Coast Crafter on Instagram, and Helen D on YouTube, she did this tiered tray finish earlier this week, and I love it. And it just really inspired me to want to do one of those little tiered trays. So I have the Valentine's one. This is a brand new release. I just got it from Annabella's on Etsy. And I started it and then I hated my fabric choice. So let's see, where's my tiny start? Can you even see it? There it is. This is just not the fabric for this chart. There's a lot of gray and white. You know, the whole tiered tray is white, and it's just not popping on this fabric. So I think this is one of the fabrics that she recommends, but she stitches 2/2 on 14 or 16 or 28 or 32. And this is 1 strand on 36, which is my preferred method. But this fabric is just not dark enough for 1 strand coverage with these floss colors. So this is getting abandoned. I can use this fabric for something else. I can pick out that line whenever I need to. And I thought I would dig through my fabric stash for a darker brown. I also am starting with my 40 count because 1 strand coverage is obviously denser on 40 count than 36 count. So I thought, let's see if I have a slightly darker color in a 40 count, and this will be even teeny tinier and cute. So yeah, I'll show you in a second what options I come up with. Okay, right off the bat, I distracted myself by this pink clay linen that I have, that I thought I might be doing those Brenda Gervais designs on. So, this little gold color maybe doesn't pop the best. I don't know. Okay, that's an option. Let's see what's in here. Okay, let me flip you around. Here are some fabric options. The lighting is really not the best because it is like 10 o'clock at night, but I have Dames of the Needle Wet Flax, Weeks Dye Works Cocoa, and Brenda's Brew that I feel like, this was my original light mocha by Zweigert. This is pretty close. Honestly, I might just go with cocoa. I mean, there is some brown that I guess is used on the roof, so that would touch, but otherwise, I feel like the white and gray are gonna pop off, right? Okay, wait, I'm trying to decide. I feel like I might like Wet Flax better because I feel like this stands out really good and these still look nice, right? Yeah, okay, let me do this Dames of the Needle Wet Flax. All right, we're gonna try this again. Hello, good Sunday morning. I totally forgot to end the vlog last night before I went to bed. So yeah, I did restart that cross stitch project. You wanna see how it looks? I took a little clip of it last night, but the lighting was not great. I am so much happier with this Dames of the Needle Wet Flax that I picked out. Yeah, look at that white popping off the fabric. And it's like so teeny tiny and cute. I definitely want to keep working on this today and get a few more colors in, just to see how everything's coming together. It's not a huge design. It's, let's see, 62 by 85, but it won't be like the quickest stitch in the world. So I want to get a little bit of progress on it. Yeah, so that's my restart on that. And then I also did a little bit more knitting last night, and I almost have my Valentine's sock done, the first of the pair. So, here is what the sock is looking like. I just have a couple more rounds and then I have to do the toe. And yes, I have gigantic feet. If you're like, that sock looks so long. It is. I was going to see if I had... I don't know where my sock blocker is, but you get the idea. It's a sock. So yeah, I think I'll get this sock done today and cast the other one on. Maybe I'll have a finished pair of Valentine's socks by Valentine's Day. That'd be exciting. I also kind of, I don't know, we'll see if it happens, but I'm like, can I become the kind of person who wears her hand knit socks in Birkenstocks in the winter just to like show off her hand knit socks? And because it's really comfy, when I'm wearing hand knit socks around the house, I'll slip on my Birkenstocks like house shoes to walk around the house, and I kind of love it. But would I actually do it out in the world? Back when I was a kid, socks with Birkenstocks was like the epitome of ew, don't do that. But now as an adult who hand knits herself socks, I'm like, can I start wearing them out of the house inside my Birkenstocks? Anyways, those are my Sunday morning thoughts. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this little vlog. I will continue to update you guys on the Valentine's Picnic Patchwork Quilt progress as I get more of it done. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.